No raccoons, we're alright. This is in addition to this video. I don't know if I finished it off or not because I was a bit inundated with work yesterday. I've got the brakes all stripped down for this. Got it all, drained off all the fluid. Everything's empty. Even the brake fluid's all out. Nothing to really report on the bearings. I'll show you that in a minute. The only thing I could find was the hub on the other side, and I'll take the camera and I'll show you. This was the only problem on the stub axle at the back. Looks like a bearing's picked up. Let me sort of see if I can do a zoom so you can see it better. Oh, too much. There we go. Yeah, you see? So I'm going to replace that piece, but that's all it needs doing. Let's go and have a look at the bearings. What's worse than a Britpart part? Don't say Bearmac because they're friends. Don't. But what's worse than the Britpart part? Well, I'll tell you what's worse than the Britpart part is when people put parts in backwards. Like that. They put the seals in backwards. Yeah, a bit of a disappointment. In fact, that's so much of a disappointment. That's off a very early axle, whereas this is the proper one. This is a proper seal. So we'll replace those. But I do find in my Land Rover travels that a lot of problems are caused by poor assembly. So this is my task in my life, to try and point you in the right direction to get this assembled right. So what we're going to do, we're going to grease up some bearings in a hub, and then we're going to put them all back together again. Before I put the bearings in, I'm going to put the rotors on, so I don't get greasy rotors and things like this, or discs. Delphi front rotors. Where are they made now? Made in China. So, is there any point in buying expensive brakes when everything's made in China? You might as well get cheap Britpart ones. I don't know. If you watch videos on how they actually make disc brakes, you can see, I think they all come out of 1 or 2 factories. But that's kind of interesting. So, let's get this box open and get them fitted. I'm desperately looking around for my knife. Oh, it's got some instructions. That's good. We need those. Like a hole in the head. We'll put this one over here because I'm not going to do both of them at the same time. They have got a protective covering on them. They're marked actually here on the outer edge with Delphi and the minimum. These are actually rears. What the heck's this? This is supposed to be fronts. What the heck's going on here? Where's that box? Wait a minute. I think I made a bit of a boot. Oh, these are 300 TDI rears. Oh, that's all right. I'll put them on the back. I thought they were front ones. Bit of a faux pas there, so we're not going to put them on those hubs. We're going to fit them to these hubs. Yeah, so they're really good quality, but like I say, there is some confusion with the 300 TDI and the TD5 rotors. Well, especially the TD5, because the early axles used to use this type of rotor or disc, but when they changed them over to the Rover type of differential, so not the Salisbury axle, they changed the rotor, so you've got to be really careful, and that's why I've got about 2 or 3 sets of brakes in the shop that I can't use, or in the container. So let's get these fitted and then we can fit the front bearings. Well, that's me buggered because these are actually Defender 90s or whatever front discs. There, as I said before, there's a little bit of a discrepancy with discs and stuff like this. These are bloody front discs, so they're no good to me at all. Oh well, I'll put them on eBay, I suppose. I might use them. But so now I'm buggered, so I'm not going to put any grease in these assemblies at all until I'm ready. Why? Because muck and rubbish and raccoons will get stuck into there. We don't want that, so I think I'll finish this video here for today. Well, I'm now more confused than ever, because I've got so many discs off Salisbury back axles. They're I think they've been numbered wrong, I'm sure of it. Because you see, this one here come out of a box with FTC 3846 on it, which should be Salisbury axle up to WA, you know, the VIN number. However, as you can see here, when I put a straight edge across it, there's a considerable difference. However, it has got the drillings here for the reluctor ring to go in for ABS, which could probably make sense. However, when I put this one on, which it says is a TD5 one, you can see it's the same height. And this is the most important thing, because you can see how easy it is to mix them up. Same diameter, same bolt pattern, same thickness, same everything. But the heights here are different. Well. It looks the same as this one, but I can't see any difference. I really can't see a difference. I mean, that's on a flat surface, so that height and this height must be the same. The disc height must be the same. So there can't be any machinery offsets. Ah, bugger it, I'll bolt them on. Carry on. I don't know what's going on. And of course, being thousands of miles away from a supplier, this is the problem. If you buy the wrong ones, you're stuck. Only in this case, I think I'm going to use these on the back. Back in a bit. So I fitted the disc. I put a little ring of thread guard around this flange here, being careful not to get it in the threads, and then put the bolts on. A little bit of Loctite on the bolts, we don't want them coming off, and then torque them down. I think it's 73 Newton meters, and you're good to go. Next thing, we're going to put the seal on the right way around. We adapted this little hub flange as an installation tool, and it's turned down to 4mm, which is a perfect fit for the seal, but it's going to set those at the right height. All I need now is a knocking stick. Oh, I'll try this one here. There we go. One fitted. Now the idea of this is I'm going to put this together and I'm going to try it on the back axle, and if the caliper's absolutely spot on, we know we've got the right discs, if you see what I mean. Let's try. Right, so I hope you can see this. It might not come out too clearly, but the space is lovely. The disc is smack bang in the middle of that caliper. So we did get the right ones. This LRO 1795i or 1 is the right one. I'm just I need to get the stub axle for the other side, but I'm going to assemble the hub for the other side with the bearings in, and then put them in a plastic bag to keep them clean, which is almost nigh and impossible in here. So anyway, that's one problem solved. All I've got to do now is get some vented discs for the front. Ho ho, that's how it goes. See you later.